Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on April the 9th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. All right, as usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. In terms of the data, we didn't have much coming out. The only thing here was FOMC meeting minutes, but overall, nothing unexpected here. Essentially, Fed expects the economy to fare worse than what the different projections have been. So that is it in regards to what we saw today. Tomorrow on Thursday here, we have a whole bunch of data tomorrow. So starting the session off with the London here, we have some yellow data here, nothing major. We do have the German trade balance, but other than that, there is the goods trade balance here for British pound. Now, pound has been doing quite well here. And if the numbers come in worse than the expectation here, we could see pound drop, but so far British pound has held relatively well. And then on Thursday also we have OPEC meetings here. So with the oil prices the way they are, these meetings are very important, and the comments or any kind of comments that come out of these meetings could have an impact on the price of oil. So if you're trading oil or Canadian dollar or even the commodity currencies, these meetings are important, so keep an eye out for any comments that may come out of it. We also have ECB tomorrow here, and at this point, just like every other central bank, ECB is also supporting the markets and essentially doing a big stimulus program. So basically, I'm not expecting a lot of fireworks here either. Employment numbers here, though, these will be important. We have seen for both US and Canada, there have been huge amounts of layoffs, and the number of people who have applied for unemployment have actually gone up quite a bit. So here we are expecting the employment numbers to be negative, and I think we are likely to see more of these layoffs than what this number is suggesting. So I would expect this number to be worse than what the expectation is here. And similarly here, the expectation is for 5 million claims. US dollar has really taken a beating over the last few days. If the numbers continue to come in worse than expected, and also we are seeing the number of coronavirus cases in the US have been growing as well, which is again something that is keeping the US dollar down. So these numbers here will be important for the US. And then we have Fed Chair Powell speaking here. With the FOMC meeting minutes today, there wasn't really a big surprise there. So I wouldn't expect anything major in terms of his speech either. At this point, we all know that every central bank is basically throwing money at the markets. Now, the only thing that can really cause a stir here would be the type of securities they are buying. So if they start buying kind of the bad securities, the junk bonds and stuff like that, that could have a negative impact. But other than that, I would expect it to be basically similar to what they have been saying previously here. We also have the consumer sentiment numbers here, and they're expected to drop, but I have a feeling we are likely to see a worse number here than what we see expected. So keep that in mind. We could see US dollar negatively impacted as a result of that. So let's go on to our charts now. As usual, we'll start off with euro dollar here. So yesterday we were looking for euro to drop. It did go into our first target here. So with this one here, we are seeing basically a lower highs here in terms of our swings. So bias is bearish here, but I would be careful with this support level. If price fails to drop below the support level, we could see it turn around. So watch out for that. But for now, bias is bearish, and we do need to see a break below this support level for it to continue, because otherwise, like I said, it could go higher. So once we see a drop here, I will look for a further move to the downside. 1.0765 is the target. But again, we just have to be cautious here at the support level. So bearish bias here for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one, we did see that initial drop right into the first target, but then price has pushed back up. So right now this is trading in a range. So with this one here, we could see price move higher back towards the top of the range. So bias here is bullish, and the target is 1.2485, which is the top of the range here. So bullish bias here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, this one as well, we did see it drop initially, didn't quite make it into our first target. We were few pips short here, went right into the tip here. So now we have a bullish candle close, and we can see the price has gone through our resistance level here. So it is making higher high here. So bias here is bullish. And in terms of our target here, first target is 0.6320. So bullish bias here for Aussie. Now, this is an important support resistance level. This is where price had dropped from. So if it goes through that level, we could see it go all the way into 0.6465. But I would be careful at this resistance level here. 0.6320. So bias is, because we could get something like this, but for now bias is bullish. First target is 0.6320 and then 0.6465 for Aussie dollar here. New Zealand dollar, same thing here. We did see an initial drop, but price has gone higher here. Now looking for price to go back into the top of this range. So bullish bias here, 0.6070 is the next target. And should it go through, then we have all this room to the upside here. Second target is 0.6160. So bullish bias for New Zealand dollar as well. Dollar CAD here, this one did a back test here, and it has closed lower, so bias is still bearish here. And first target is 1.3950, second target is 1.3800, so bearish bias for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our commodities here. Silver, we were looking for a bit of a drop, not much of a move today. At this point, it is sort of neutral here. We could see a drop back into 14.72 here, and same thing as yesterday. If it does not drop below that, we could see a further move to the upside in keeping with this upward trend here. So for now, slight bearish bias, so bearish to neutral to bearish is what I'm looking for retest of 14.72, and then we'll have to see which direction it wants to go in. If it drops through this 14.70, then I'm looking for 14.20. Otherwise, we could see a further move to the upside. So bias is neutral for silver. Gold here, this one we did see a retest, but we have a nice pin to the downside here. So bias is bearish, but again with caution because price is right into the support. And similar to our silver, if you do not see a drop below this support level at 1638, we could see a further move to the upside. So watch out for that. For the bearishness to continue, we do need to see a drop through this support resistance level at 1638. So for now, a neutral to bearish bias for gold as well. Oil here, oil has actually gone back up, and we do have OPEC meetings tomorrow. So right now this one's looking bullish, but as we can see, it's right into this resistance level. So we have to be cautious with this 30.50 level. Now with the OPEC meetings, if they can reach some sort of an agreement in regards to cutting costs, cutting production, then we could see a further move to the upside. And then our first target would be 32, and we're looking at 33.50 as the second target. But again, be cautious here. This is where price has been stuck for the last several days. If it doesn't make it through this resistance level at 30.50, it can come back down towards this 27 level. So do watch out for that. For now though, bias is bullish for oil. Copper as well, this one has held above the support level at 2.20. This one's looking bullish. However, I'm not completely heavily bullish on this because the candle close for the day is not as strong as the previous moves here. So with this one, I would say bullish, but again with caution, because we could see price go into this resistance at 2.26. So it could do one of these. So watch out for that. And then, so first target here is 2.26. And then the second target will be the top of this pin here, which is 2.28. So bias here is bullish, but with caution for copper. Bitcoin here, this one's actually turned higher here. It held above this support level. Now, this one is interesting. We see that price is right into the same resistance level here. So bias is bullish, but with caution here as well, because if it does not manage to go through the resistance, it can come back down once again, because it hasn't quite broken the resistance yet. So it could do one of these, and that's what we have to watch out for. But for now, bias is bullish. Next target is 76.20, and then we're looking at 78.50. So bias is bullish, but again, watch out for this 74.40 level. If it doesn't go through, I would look for a move back down towards 70.50 level here. S&P 500, this one has been interesting. It went all the way up. It's right into that resistance level. So this is an important resistance level here. At this point, it is looking bullish, but it hasn't yet managed to go through the resistance. So a bias is bullish, but with caution, because if it does not break through it, it can come back down. But we do have a nice bullish candle close. So once it goes through this resistance, this one could go higher. And in terms of our targets here, 28.20 will be the first target, and then above that we're looking at 28.80. So bias is bullish, but with caution for S&P 500 here as well. Nasdaq, similarly here, this one has gone back up. It did not hold below the support level here, and now it's looking bullish. But this looks kind of similar to our copper there, where it does look bullish, but it can turn around at the support resistance level here. So I would keep an eye on that level. Bias is bullish, but if it doesn't go through 83.20 level, this one could drop here as well. But for now, bullish bias for this. Next target here is 84.50. So 83.20 and 84.50 are the next two targets for Nasdaq. S&P 500, same thing here as well. We see that price went right into the resistance, hasn't made it through yet, but it does look bullish at this point. And next target here is 23,900. And then above that, we could see it go all the way into 24,800. So bias is bullish for Dow Jones here as well, just like the other two, but with caution. And then looking at DAX here, similarly, this one as well wasn't able to break through the support level. We have a bullish candle close. So at this point, this one is looking bullish as well. First target is 10,590 here, right into the tip of that pin. So same thing here. We could see price get into trouble at the top. So watch out for that. But once it makes it through, the next target here will be 10,780. So bias is bullish, but with caution here as well. And then we are into Nikkei here, this one as well. We have a bullish candle close. As we can see, it dropped initially, but then reversed. The first target here is 5,800. And should it go through that, we are looking at 58.60 or potentially even higher into 59.20. So bias is bullish here for FTSE. And then we have Nikkei here. Nikkei is also bullish, but it is not looking as strong as some of the other ones here. So with this one, I am neutral, because if it doesn't go through this resistance or today's high, then we could see this one turn around. So it could do one of these. So watch out for that. But for now, a neutral to slightly bullish here. Should it go through that resistance, next target is 19,850. So bias here is neutral to bullish for Nikkei. So important level to watch would be 19,440. If it doesn't go through, I will look for it to come back down towards 18,500. So for now, bullish to neutral bias for Nikkei. So that's it for now. You guys have a wonderful trading day tomorrow. So tomorrow, sorry, just something to keep in mind here is if we see that the stock or indices turn around, then we could see yen crosses drop as well. But if they continue higher, then I would expect the yen crosses to continue higher as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so that's it for today. Have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.